welcome to Sarah's Stamping Retreat. Today I thought that we would create the same card layout in 3 different ways, because I know sometimes it can be frustrating if you don't have a certain piece of equipment or something like that, and so you can't make an exact card. So I thought it would be fun to show different ways of changing things up. So we're going to make the same card once with a hot foil plate, once with some dies, and another time with an embossing folder technique, just to change it up and make it fun. So we're going to do the hot foil one first, but obviously if you don't have a hot foil machine, just skip past that one and have a look at the other ones. So we're going to be using the Spellbinders November clubs to make these. So the first one that I've got is this Glimmer of the Month kit, and you get this fun like kind of confetti with hearts and stars in it plate. And I'm going to use this in more of a birthday way today, but I think that would make a lovely background for like a new baby card or a kid's birthday card as well. And then we've got Happy, we've got the hot foil plate with the coordinating die, we've got Birthday, we've got It's Your Day to Sparkle, and we've also got Cake, Candles and Confetti Oh My. Then the other thing that I'm going to use on this card is the stitching die of the month, and I'm really loving this month because it is so flexible, and it's a stitched frame set. So you get all of these stitched frames and then also the just normal stitched rectangles as well. So you can see here, this is the second largest of the stitched frames with the coordinating stitched rectangle. So cut the stitched frame out in this green cardstock and then the piece to go inside it in the pink. So this pink piece is the piece that we're going to hot foil, and I'm going to use this rose gold foil. So I'm going to cut the foil down to the size of my piece of cardstock, and then I'm just going to turn this over so I've got the foil and the cardstock. But I want to tape it to this side of the plate because the plate's bigger than the piece of cardstock. So now I've got my hot foil machine, it's heated up so you can see this green light here. So I'm going to pop this on here, and then I'm going to press the timer. When the timer stops flashing, that's when I can put it through my die cutting machine to transfer the foil over. So then we've got this beautiful foiled panel. So then I'm going to move on to stitching my rectangles. So this is designed to be done with a cross stitch, although I'm sure that those of you that are really good with your stitches will think of lots of other ways to do it. So I'm going to go all the way round with a half cross stitch like this. So to do this, you're just going to go up one hole, down a hole diagonal to it, up the hole next to that, down the hole diagonal to it. And you're going to keep going all the way around your frame. And I have used this frame on all 3 cards today. Obviously, if you don't want a stitched frame, just use a normal frame, or you could even just cut a piece of cardstock about ½ an inch bigger than the foiled rectangle and just mat and layer instead. But I do think this gives a really nice look. Then on the way back around, we're just going back over those stitches. So we're doing the exact same thing the opposite way. So we're going up one hole, diagonally down the next, and then coming up next to that. And we're just going back the other way over those stitches. And just to note as well, when you're going around the corner, so here I'm following what I've done with all the way up here, and then I'm just going to go into this hole here which is next to it, and just carry on doing the exact same thing this way. So over and then up next to it, diagonally across and up next to it, so it's kind of seamless going around the corners. And usually I tape my thread at the back, but with this cross stitch it's so easy just to run your needle under some of the stitches to hold the thread in place, and then just chop it off. So then you can see that gives a really fun edge to our frame and makes it more of a feature. So then I foiled the happy and the birthday from that hot foil set, and I used the same foil as this, that rose gold, but onto the green cardstock so that it all ties in. So I'm going to make this card a really simple one. I'm just going to add some foam pads to the back of my frame. Now add that to my card front. Then I'm going to glue my foiled panel inside it. And then I'm going to pop my sentiment up on foam as well. And then that makes a really cute card. So then for my second card, I'm going to use a fun inky embossing technique. So I've got the same setup as the last card. I've already stitched the frame in pink, so I've used the same pink thread but on a darker pink cardstock this time. And then I've got the white piece that goes in the middle of that frame, and I'm just going to do some ink blending on that. I'm going to use my Spun Sugar, Saltwater Taffy and Kitsch Flamingo inks, and I'm just going to blend them onto here in no particular kind of order. I'm just going to kind of create areas of each colour, and that's because I want to do a heat emboss letterpress technique. So this will kind of just show through that technique. Then we've got our blended piece, and I'm just going to use my heat gun just to dry that off, because I don't want the embossing powder that we use in the next step to stick to the ink. I'm going to go over it with my embossing buddy as well, just for an extra layer of protection. So then I'm going to use this 3D embossing folder of the month, which you'll be able to see better once I've embossed it, to do a really fun heat emboss letterpress technique. So we're just going to add some embossing ink to this acrylic block. It can be any kind of non-absorbent craft surface. It's just so that you can ink up your brayer. So then you want to ink up your brayer with this ink. You can see it's nice and shiny now. And then I'm going to grab some scrap paper, and I'm just going to ink up this front of the embossing folder which says Spellbinders on it. So then I'm going to pop my piece of cardstock in there, and I'm going to just emboss that as I usually would to transfer the ink onto here. So then we've got this gorgeous embossed piece. I'm going to take that out, and then I'm going to add some gold embossing powder over the top. So then we can heat that up. So then we've got this gorgeous shiny effect. So this is the stamp of the month for this month. And if you get the stamp and the die of the month, then you get all the dies to cut out all of these sentiments as well. So I'm going to use this May Your Birthday Be As Delightful As You, and I'm going to heat emboss that in gold onto this scrap piece of darker pink cardstock. And I'm going to cut that out with the coordinating die. So then let's put the card together in the same way as the last one. So I'm going to pop this up on some foam pads. And then I'm going to glue on my embossed piece. So then let's pop the sentiment up on some foam pads as well. And I'm going to pop it over to the side on this one. And it's gorgeously shiny. If you wanted to step it up a bit, you could always put some like enamel dots in the middle of the circles or something like that. There's loads of ways that you can kind of change these and make them your own. And so then for this final card, we obviously using the same layout again. So again, I've stitched my frame already, and I've used these balloons from the small day of the month, and I've cut them out of the grey cardstock, but I've also cut them several times in coloured cardstock as well. I've cut this one using the stitched rectangle die that goes in there, and then I've cut another piece of grey cardstock pretty much the same size, and I'm going to glue that underneath, and that's because we're going to do like a die cut inlay on these balloons. So I'm going to pop glue right the way across here, and then that will serve to hold our balloons in place as well. So then let's pop this over, and then I'm going to start infilling these balloons into the gaps. And one thing that I didn't think of when I was preparing this card but would be really fun is if you made this grey piece a little bigger than it needs to be and did this and then die cut it afterwards, then you get the stitching on the balloons as well. So I think that would be a really nice added touch. So then I'm going to heat emboss this happy birthday from that same stamp set onto this pink cardstock. And that's the Dahlia cardstock from Spellbinders. So again, I'm going to put my card together in the same way. So then I'm going to add this on foam pads just like I have for the other two cards. And I really do love these frames. The stitching really adds something to it. Just kind of lifts it a bit and makes it more of a feature. And then I'll glue on the balloon piece. And then I cut my sentiment down to the same width as the balloon piece. I'm going to pop that up on some foam pads. And then there's our third card finished. So then there we've got all three of today's cards all created using that same layout but using different products to give different looks. So I hope that's given you some ideas for how you can change up some of your favourite card designs and really stretch the supplies you've got in your stash. Do let me know which card is your favourite in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate you clicking like below, and you can also press subscribe if you'd like to see future videos. If you press the bell button and select all, then YouTube will also notify you when I've got a new video available. All of the products that I've used for today's cards are listed in the description below, and there's also a link there to my blog where you can find a picture supply list if that helps you find what you're looking for. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you again soon.